Remy's getting this energy tank right now. It's a safety energy tank. You don't really need it, but it's like really good for races because it ensures you don't die. So boost ball is a really important item. You don't need it, you can skip it, but it's like really fast. Like it's the fastest form of movement in the game, and you really want it to go fast. Just a few cool dashes here to get to the doors faster and items faster. So they look pretty close. Remy also started his file with the wrong file, so he's like lost a minute to that. So RealBread's about to do a trick called Wave Sun. You go out of bounds and you like make the room state in a certain way so that you can get stuck on a wall and get infinite speed. And that allows for interesting things to happen, like pretty interesting things. And out of bounds is kind of complicated. Like, each room is inside of a box, and when you go outside of that box, there's this area called Aether where you can just stand. You can't jump, but you can float upwards very slowly, infinitely. And when you go back inside of the box, you fall out of the Aether. So there's not much Aether jumping in this run, but you can jump every 3 frames, or 3 frames after you walk out of the Aether and jump. And he's shooting these doors right now to force loading the rooms. Basically, how loading rooms works is that there's loading triggers that load the room, and you usually always hit them, but sometimes they're too out of the way, and you can force load a room by shooting the door and being close to it at the same time. But sometimes that will crash the game if you don't do that properly, which is why in the very first room he like made the first area's textures despawn or unload so that it doesn't crash the game. So he's gonna clip back and bounce here with a boost. Basically the room is on the map, or the map is on the room, the next room. And that causes the collision in these rooms to be a little wacky. So you can clip back in by boosting or bomb jumping, but boosting's like really convenient there. And since the collision's wacky, he can get stuck in that wall right there. And if you hold a certain direction on the control stick, you can keep building speed constantly until it becomes so high that the game can't handle it. And then interesting things happen when you have infinite speed and boost at the same time. So this is a very exciting part of the race. They're both sitting at a wall, morphed. So the Morphball model like despawn or unloads because of how much speed you have. And once that happens and you boost, you touch every object that's loaded. Some objects you don't touch for some reason. We don't understand why that's like true. But when you boost, it touches everything that's loaded. So he boosted and he got the artifact of sun and wave beam at the same time. And that saves coming back here with plasma beam to go get the artifact of sun, and it also skips the Sheegoth fight. Infinite speed is pretty complicated, in other words. So normally you're supposed to use a boost slot here to get over there, but you can just do a little dash right here. Okay, there we go. So it's faster to get this missile on the way back, but sometimes it's more just easier to get it on the way there. They look really close now. I don't know if I missed something when I was getting this thing set up. Yeah, this is really close now. So both of them, I should say now, they're going to go get Life Giver, Artifact of Life Giver, and normally you need Gravity Suit to get it, but you can do a trick called a slope jump, and that gives you more height. If you jump towards a slope and pull away from it, you get more jump height. But underwater, it gives you way more height. It's like really broken underwater, so you can use it to get up this ledge here without Gravity Suit. See if Remy gets the hole in one. He didn't get it. Well, RealBread get hole in one. RealBread got the hole in run. Hole in one. Oh my god, I can't talk. He got the hole in one, dude. Climbing up this tree with another slope jump. Okay, so they're gonna do another infinite speed soon. In like, I don't know, 20 seconds. And this one's gonna allow them to get a power bomb really early. So they're both gonna be sitting in the corner for another minute. So sit back and relax. So, they unlocked a missile door earlier when they were going up to get bombs, because when you unmorph with infinite speed still active, you get a glitch called Light Show, and it like screws up everything. And if you remorph, you're like screwed. But if you remorph in an area where the camera is fixed, it like fixes infinite speed. But if you unmorph again, you still get Light Show. So if you go to a save station or an elevator or activate some cutscenes, it deactivates infinite speed and light show. So they're going to go to the save station to deactivate it. Another interesting thing about this IS is that it usually takes about 50 seconds to activate, but when you're doing this IS, this room lags a lot, so it takes longer. So they're both going on morph here at the fountain because it fixes the camera. Now if they unmorph now, they're screwed, so they have to be careful. Oh, it looks like RealBread missed the bomb jump. It's about the same speed to keep IS and not boost, but it's a little more annoying to deal with. So now they're gonna deactivate Light Show here, and I think they're both saving. Yeah. And I think Remy's gonna go out of bounds. So they're both gonna go out of bounds, I think. Yeah, they're both going out of bounds to go get the Ice Beam. They can technically get it in bounds right now, since they both have Wave Beam, but it's just faster to do it out of bounds, because it skips a few rooms. It skips the puzzle and energy core, and it also lets you skip, or potentially skip a ghost fight later. Oh, Bread got stuck, that's not good. Oh, I think Bread soft locked, rip. So Remy's transitioning rooms by being on top of the door, and if you're like next to the room and you jump on the door, it forces the map to go into the next room. And sometimes he morphs in certain areas to touch low triggers. It's a little out of bounds. It's pretty complicated. You may notice that they shoot into the rooms to make sure it's loaded, because there are two ways to know you can, three ways I should say, to know when a room's loading. Is to one, listen to your Wii/GameCube, whatever you're playing on. Two, shoot into the room to see if it's hitting anything. And three, to just look at the radar and see if enemies despawn or new enemies spawn. You just use what's more convenient. So it looks like Remy had a pretty good wall crawl. I put RealBread really far behind. That's kind of sucks. So now they're gonna go get X-ray visor. Since the point of getting the power bomb early lets them get X-ray visor after getting ice beam. It also lets them go to face on mines from the back after they're done with Fendrana. So Life Growth Tunnel is stupid. This room doesn't like to let you up sometimes because its collision is dumb. So Remy's gonna grab an artifact real quick. And RealBread is still doing the wall crawl to get ice beam. Looks like he did it pretty well this time though. Or he's doing pretty well, I should say. Oh, I didn't explain this earlier, but they did a ghetto jump or slope jump off of that stone toad to get up there to skip bombing the thing at the bottom of the half pipe so they can, or to skip boosting up too. And they paused by accident because they just anticipate the cutscene too early and they end up pausing instead of skipping the cutscene. I really wish I could ban Blanksy right now. So RealBread's getting X-ray now. Remy is on his way to get Plasma Beam now. You're not supposed to get that until you have Power Bombs, X-ray Visor, and Grapple Beam. In terms of the hint system item order. So it's like the last major upgrade you get, aside from Phazon Suit. But Remy's gonna skip all of that. He's gonna do precise jumps and dashes to get to where he's going to, or where he needs to go. And this is what I said about Life Grove. It's really trolling RealBread right now. I know a few people actually opt out on skipping that missile because of how dumb Life Grove Tunnel is. It doesn't waste time to get that missile if you get up within 2 tries because the room's loading while you're doing that. So just a quick stop at the ship to refill on ammunition and health. Oh, an interesting thing, when the plant tries to shoot the door, or when the plant tries to shoot you but you're in the next room and it hits the door, it says the door cannot be opened with that weapon. It's pretty funny. So normally you need Spider Ball to get across this pit of lava, but you can just jump over here. It's a kind of precise jump, depending where you do it from, but where Remy does it from, it's not all that precise. A few cool dashes here to get to Plasma Beam a little bit faster. You stay on this little rock here so you can get on this thing to get onto the spinner. You don't need Grapple Beam. You also don't need Spider Ball for any part of this because you can just slope jump off of this track and then do another slope jump on the... Okay, so on the outer rim you can stand like on it, so you can just jump from there to another spider track. Or if you're cool, you can do a slope jump off the track that's coming out now, directly to the door. It looks like Remy isn't cool, so he's not doing it. So Remy's gonna head to Fendrana, and RealBread's now doing his pit stop at the ship. You wouldn't have to come back to Fendrana, but there's 2 artifacts you need, so he needs to go back to Fendrana. And also it works out too, because there's Thermal Visor there. You don't need Thermal Visor, but it really helps for the final boss. And it costs like almost no time to get in-game time. But since this is going by RTA, it would save a bit of RTA. Looks like RealBread's doing the dash method to get across Twin Fires Tunnel. It's a little easier than the jumps, but it can be annoying to set up sometimes. Cool little dash here to skip shooting the stalactite down. You don't need grapple beam to get up Vendrana's edge either. Again, you can just stand on everything in this game. And with this slope jump off the branch, you can get up here. Looks like Army paused just like 1 frame early. Cool little dash to get back around there, and you got caught by the Hunter Metroid. Hunter Metroids are very annoying. They are the worst enemy in the game. Remy's gonna head to the Pirate Labs to get Thermal Visor and the last artifact. He doesn't want to get Thermal Visor now because that screws up, or it makes the rooms really dark and it locks a lot of doors. So Remy needs this pirate to break the glass. We call this Pirate Edward, and if you move the exact same way every time, he always breaks the glass, but sometimes he doesn't, and if he doesn't, you have to reload the room, but it looks like Remy got it because he was nice. I don't know why Edward, I just thought to call him Edward and everyone just started calling him Edward. So Remy has Plasma Beam, and you technically need it for this artifact, but you can get it with just a precise missile shot from these crates. And also Remy needs a Power Bomb, because he used one to get Spirit, the artifacts, and he needs one to get the phase online, so he needs to rely on some drops. You usually always get one though. If you don't get one, you're very unlucky. If you got a power bomb, it's good. So he's gonna go get Thermal Visor on his way out. And RealBread is heading to Pirate Labs now. It's kind of unfortunate. They were really close, but RealBread soft locked on the wall crawl. They would be really close right now if it weren't for that. see if Edward's nice to RealBread. Looks like he was. I saw the screen shake. You don't need to use the smart ball track, you can just dash over here. Getting the energy tank on the way out. The door shot on him because he jumped too high. So Remy's now gonna go to phase on mines from the back. You're not supposed to enter it from the back, but he has power bombs. So he can go in like right now. Let's see if RealBread's gonna get good RNG. Okay, same RNG as Remy. So in phase on mines, you're supposed to have every major upgrade up to this point, aside from phase on suit, because you get it like the last thing in phase on mines. But he doesn't have most of the major upgrades you're supposed to have, but they're really easy to skip with a few dashes and jumps. However, there's one really annoying thing coming up after they get phase on suit. Because you're skipping spider ball and the spider shafts are kind of annoying without it. Jeremy's gonna go get the main power bombs. He has power bombs, but you still need to collect the main power bomb upgrade because there's an artifact. Well, the artifact exists, but the Phazon Elite guarding it, the case won't break unless you have main power bombs. And also, you need power bombs to unlock these doors anyway, so this works out. And you also get 4 extra, which is really nice. And about this power bomb maze, there's about, I think, 300 different mazes you can get, ranging from 15 to 55 squares, all odd in length, but 53 is not a maze if I remember right. And there's only one 55 square maze, and it's the worst maze you can possibly get. The best is 15, obviously. Average is around, I think, around 3941, I believe. It's around 30 to 40, I think. Looks like RealBread entered phase on mines. There's not much to say about lower mines other than like really precise jumps and dashes and all that stuff. Because he's skipping Grapple Beam and Spider Ball. So I didn't get to explain this earlier. You can skip this phase on Elite. It is jumping up here. There's also a faster shot where you jump literally on the guy, and then you can jump off of him to another part of the other side where he just jumped, I should say. And they're gonna have to skip him on the way back because they're coming back again, but they have to do it differently because if they activate the fight, they have to kill him. Let's see what kind of powerbomb maze Bread's getting. Remy also has to pay attention to his ammunition. He wants 24 missiles before going back to Upper Mines because the phase on Elite takes 24 missiles to kill. And he also wants to make sure he has one power bomb after Omega Pirate. Because you need one power bomb to break the case for the phase on Elite. Remy's gonna go fight Omega Pirate. I'm surprised he didn't take the safety save, but he has 3 energy tanks, so he should be fine. Okay, so with Omega Pirate, if you enter the cutscene at the side and skip it immediately, his AI doesn't start immediately, and if you keep strafing him like Remy is right now, he doesn't attack you until you make him face you. Because with the elites in general, they will never attack you unless you're facing them, so you can keep moving on their side to keep trying to make them face you. So you can just keep shooting them. And Remy laid the power bomb early. I didn't mention that because I was explaining that, but if you lay a power bomb before Omega Pirate disappears, you can skip the pirates shooting at him right now from coming down. And it also skips an animation. I'm kind of worried about Remy right now. Oh no. That's unfortunate. Oh no. He's really far back now. So, you should take safety saves no matter what, even if you don't think you need it. Especially in a tournament setting like this. That's really unfortunate, though. I think Remy was on personal best pace, actually. And I think that's why he played it risky. That's really unfortunate though. Remy had such a huge lead. You probably lost like 15-20 minutes to that. Looks like Bread fell down in Fungal Hole A. If you're not fast enough, these Haunter Metroids can like really ruin your day. They are so annoying. They're the worst enemy in the game, as I said. By far the worst enemy in the game. Looks like Bread screwed up the dash a little bit, but luckily there's a recovery slope jump over here. Oh, he's going for the dash, and he got knocked off by Frederick, the pirate. And luckily he's not doing phase on hop, because that's really risky for his health right now, and how violent they are right now. And I apologize for my voice cracks, it happens a lot. He's getting hit hard by these pirates right now. Okay, he made it over. He's not taking the safety save either. He doesn't have quite enough missiles for this, so he has to go for plasma shots. Got wave troopers. You can kill both of the pirates no matter what beam color they are in time. But power is by far the worst ones because power beam can just miss. Plasma and ice are the best because plasma only takes 2 shots and ice you can just charge and then missile them. Interestingly enough, on the PAL version, you can just power bomb the troopers and they die. You can also use a power bomb to break Omega Pirate's plates on PAL, but you can't on NTSC. Alright, looks like he got Omega Pirate. So now he needs to backtrack to get an artifact. You can't get it without phase on suit normally, unless you have a lot of energy tanks, but there's also an out of bounds you can do to get the artifact early, but it's really risky and you can easily soft lock if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, getting out of bounds is the hardest part because it's really picky. You have to morph against a wall at a certain time while you're on the glider. It looks like all these Metroids are having a party by RealBread. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that when you have a suit, when you get Phazon suit, like if you have a different suit than Gravity, the cutscene plays the next suit in line. So if you have Power suit, it will show you getting the Varia suit, but you actually have Phazon suit. And same with Varia suit, it shows you getting Gravity. And interestingly enough, all of the suits have Varia effects, like Phazon, Gravity suit, and Varia suit all protect you from heat damage, even if you don't have Varia suit. But it doesn't get rid of the text saying intense heat readings detected, even though you are protected. You can get every single artifact before Phazon suit, but you can't beat the final boss without having Phazon suit. Like, you just can't damage the last phase of Prime without it. But in a run setting, you have, I think you have 9 artifacts before Phazon suit. Newborn, Warrior, then World. No, you have 8, my bad. I forgot Truth. And the same thing for 100%, except you have 9 instead. But you can get all the artifacts before Phazon suit. You could theoretically skip Phazon suit, but you just can't beat the boss without it, unfortunately. And also, Phazon suit does not count towards a percentage in your inventory, because it gets taken away from you after beating Essence. So when you have 98% and you get the last item, it jumps to 100%, even if you don't have Phazon suit. So now Bread's gonna try to skip this elite again, except he has to jump around the trigger. And he got it. Now, since he doesn't have Spider Ball, he has to climb these shafts without it, and it can be really annoying and picky. He needs to kill these Bombus so they don't get in his way. So a BSJ, he's trying to get a BSJ here. If you unmorph 21 frames after leaving the ground, and you get an instant unmorph by obstructing the camera, you can jump out of it. And he used that to get onto that peg, and then he jumped into the spider track to get stuck in it and climbed up that way. And this one, he's just gonna do a few slope jumps to get up here and get on a rock, and then do some platforming with the spinning electrical thingy. Looks like he had pretty good shafts. So you're not supposed to enter this room from the side, so he's getting stuck in a wall here that you're supposed to break earlier. And when there's a wall you're not supposed to be behind, it typically has weird collision behind it, so he got stuck in it, and if you keep boosting into it, you can gain enough speed to clip through it. Now he needs to climb back up because it's slower to leave from where he is now because he has to fight a set of wave pirates at the bottom, and plus he can't get out anyway because there's a barrier blocking that entrance that you can only remove if you remove it from the entrance of mines, so it's not worth like going to the start of the mines to do that. It's just slower. He's going back down. He's going to climb the next room without Spider Ball because you can stand on everything. Killing these Metroids because they can be really annoying. And they will get in your way if you don't kill them, so. The last jump up here is kind of picky. Yeah, you just failed it. That jump is the worst part of this. It's really, it can be really picky sometimes. Screwing it up a little bit right now. Alright, what Powerbomb maze is going to Remy get, or what Powerbomb maze is Remy going to get this time? 37 squares. So what Remy just posted, they have a maze finder program to help them find the mazes for them. They look at the maze at the start and they manually input the directions based on certain squares and it calculates the maze, and it's extremely accurate and it helps you navigate the maze without getting lost. Oh, bread stream froze. I think it's down again. Oh, it's back up, okay. Jeremy's back in lower mines. Hopefully he doesn't tie to a Mega Pirate this time. So now Bread's gonna go back to Choza Ruins because he needs to get to Artifact Temple now, but he also needs to get one more artifact before he goes there, and it's in Choza Ruins at the Elder Statue. And since he did IBBF, he can, or the Ice Beam Wall I should say, he can potentially skip the ghost fight coming up by jumping over the trigger and then morphing back onto the peg. It saves about 20 seconds, I believe. Okay, that's part one. Now he needs to morph back onto the peg so he can dash over and skip the trigger. Okay. Oh, that's fine. He can get back up without touching the trigger. Alright, so we got Ghost Kip. So now he's gonna head out to town overworld now, so he can go to Artifact Temple and beat the final bosses. He's pretty much has everything he needs. He needs one more artifact, but that's on the way. Or it's at the Artifact Temple, I should say, which is where he's supposed to go now. Alright, so I'm gonna die to a Mega Pirate this time. He's saved though, so if he dies, it's not a 20-minute time loss like last time. Looks like Bread got the door snipe there. So Bread's gonna go to a ship, refill on ammunition, and then he's gonna go fight Ridley and the final boss. Oh, I should explain Omega Pirate this time. So Remy's doing a charged plasma shot to do the most damage, but if you hit him again with a normal shot, it ends the cycle he's on. So you want to shoot away from him and then charge another fully charged shot, and you can do 3 pulls like that. And he did a power bomb at the end. You can hit him with power bombs as long as you put X-ray on before it hits him, and it's at the right spot. And power bombs do an incredible amount of damage to him. Looks like Predator 111 on the wall. Shoutouts to Remy. Alright, so Ridley is a pretty interesting fight because Boost Ball does a lot of damage to him for some reason on the flying phase. And there's also a 1-frame window where you can shoot him to skip a flyby. And you can also hit him midair with the Boost Ball. So if he gets the 1 frame, he can skip his flyby. Looks like he's shot too early, I think. Yeah, Boost Ball does 50,000 damage per frame on Ridley, but after the flying phase it doesn't work anymore. So he's gonna try to get a mid-air boost on him. I think he got it. No, he didn't. The mid-air boost saves in-game time because it lets the cutscene play while he's flying down. With Ridley, I believe it's the first or last 7 frames. You hit him, he can be invincible for like no reason. Just from hitting him that early. First and last 7 frames, if I recall correctly. And you just shoot missiles at him to kill him really fast. On later versions of the game, Player's Choice, PAL, and all the other ones, the boost ball thing actually doesn't work. And while Remy is going to leave the mines now, I should say that on the PAL version and the Wii version too, there's a fission they put fission Metroids in phase on mines after you beat Omega Pirate. And in the room he's going into now, Phazon Processing Center, they put one down at the very bottom, and if you just let him see you, it will kill itself by going into the Phazon below. It's pretty funny. slope jump there to climb this room faster. Alright, Remy's gonna attempt the elite skip now. Let's see if he gets it. Alright, he got it. Alright, so Prime is dumb. This is the first phase of the fight and it can be really stupid. So on the first subchamber, which he's on now, he's power and wave. Whichever one he starts with is random. But it doesn't really matter for this level. On the second level, he can be power, wave, and ice, and it's random whatever order he does it in. And the next one, he does all four in whatever order he wants. And on the last subchamber, he can do any one he wants. He can switch between anyone he wants. It's completely random on subchamber 4. But you can kind of manipulate what he's doing by staying close to him like he's doing right now, so he constantly swings at you. But that doesn't change like what color he is, it just makes it so he doesn't change colors, or makes it more consistent. And I still really want to ban Blink C right now. Also, on the subchambers after the first one, you can do snipes on him while he's charging, like that. You can get 2 charge shots on before he changes the phase. It's really important for Plasma and Ice to get both snipes, because Plasma and Ice do the most damage to him. Or her, I should say. You got 1 snipe there. So now she can be Plasma, Ice, Power, and Wave here. The most optimal patterns you want are, on the first one it doesn't matter. On the second one you want her to start with Ice, and then either Power or Wave. And then on the third chamber you want her to go Ice or Plasma, and then Power or Wave, and you repeat that order again. And on the final subchamber you just want Plasma, Ice, but it's completely random. How good is Other M? It's not good. It's my opinion. Here's subchamber 4. This is the most random subchamber, and it's the most annoying because she can switch colors on you while you're charging, and it's really annoying. She started with Power. That's not a good start so far. Looks like Remy stream froze. So her AI is a little different on subchamber 4. Like, she can do really sped up attacks, like really fast attacks and really fast animations. And she has different attributes depending on what beam she is. I think Power, she likes to do the grapple thing. Ice, she likes to do the poison missiles. And Wave, she likes to do the standard missiles. And on Plasma, she likes to charge at you constantly. So it's especially important on the last subchamber to get as many snipes as you can. Because of how random her attacks are and the fact that she can change whatever color she wants. Like right there, she switched to plasma. Now onto the final phase. It's pretty straightforward normally, but the AI is kind of complicated. So you don't want her to be close to a wall or near her body, or she can be close to a wall, but you don't want her near her body, because if she's close to the body, she may skip a pull. It's almost guaranteed she skips a pull. So depending on what strat you do, I don't know what Bread does, but if he does 2 pull without attack canceling, he needs to move away from the body. And there's a strat with attack canceling where you like step in and out of the pool, but you like wait for her to do something, and then you can cancel that attack, and it makes it more consistent for her to lay a pool. But you have to pay attention to where she's going, because if she goes towards the body, she can skip a pull. And how the phase on pools work, they're on a timer. I believe it's 25 seconds for them to run out. And if you constantly step in and out of them, like you leave the pool and then shoot, it doesn't drain. So you can keep doing that over and over again to get as much damage in as you can. And on the last 5 seconds or so, you just use all of it. And also, you do more damage if you're locked on and if you're really close to her. The further you wait, the less damage you do. Looks like RealBread's done. It's unfortunate because RealBread first soft locked during the Ice Beam wall crawl, and Remy died to a Mega Pirate, and he didn't take the safety save like he should have. I have no idea what Remy just drew on the wall that was not very legible. Remy died to a Mega Pirate, RealBread, and he didn't save before it. Wait. No, Remy was too early for flyby skip. Or is that too late? I think that's too late. So the way they do the shots on Ridley's flying phase, you kind of set them up for a mid-air boost in case you don't get the flyby skip. So the flyby skip is the best case scenario. It looks like he didn't get mid-air boost either. Okay, so he was early. I didn't remember what came first. So it was a good Ridley fight. Congrats to Bread for winning the race. You should go follow Bread. He's good at the game. Remy's also good at the game. You should follow him too. You should follow both of them. They're both good. So Remy's gonna go fight the final bosses now. I don't think there's much I have to say because it's already explained like everything in depth. I guess I can just commentate on what Remy's doing. So he's starting with power. Usually you start with power. I don't know what chance it is to start with power wave, but it seems like it almost always starts with power. But he can start wave. And if he starts with wave, it's weird because he doesn't do the flash, like switching to the color. Because I think he's wave by default. So Remy's staying close to him to make Exo keep swinging at him. It makes it easier to hit Exo if you do that, and it also makes it more consistent for her to not do another attack. Post snipes. Not the best RNG on Subchamber 4, but it's nowhere near as bad as it can be on Subchamber 4. We're starting with plasma, that's good. It's one plasma snipe. 2, okay, ice. Not the best, but that's still pretty good. You want her to go to a phase that's not ice immediately because you want to get both snipes on with ice to do the most damage to the next color. But since wave or ice is not third, he can't do the most damage to the last one, which would be power in this case. That was a weird pause you just did. Alright, Subchamber 4, what's Remy going to get? if it's not a good start. At least Wave Beam hits, because Wave Beam runs in, but he seems to be missing. Ice Beam doesn't like to hit. Oh, switch to Plasma. That could be good if he can make it work. Plasma and Wave Beam hit more often than the other beams. Ice Beam can be a little annoying to hit with, and Power Beam can be annoying to hit with too, but Ice Beam is by far the most annoying to hit with. And Dash because she went Plasma. Ice. Looks like Remy's gonna do the 3-pull attack cancel strat with Plasma Beam. So as I said earlier about Essence and how her AI works, if you let her do an attack after leaving a pull and then go back in and shoot her, it cancels each attack, and if you keep doing that repeatedly, you can make her drop a pull like that. This isn't the best spot for the pull. Not a very good spot. You don't need Plasma Beam to do the attack cancels, just makes it easier to time it that way. And he switches to power for the last pull so he can get in the most damage possible, because Power Beam doesn't have a long animation at all to go back to. So you can just keep stepping in and out repeatedly. Ooh. Just a little sliver of health left. He needed to be a little bit closer for that to work. And Remy's done. Let's see what Remy's in-game time is. It's a segmented PB, I think. I don't think it is. He didn't get the proper Essence fight for it. You should go follow both of these runners if you haven't done so already. They're both really good. this cutscene is a little silly. I didn't explain it on Bread's run, but if you don't have gravity suit, it takes when it takes the phase on suit away, it takes the next suit you have. So he had Varia, but in the cutscene he has Varia suit, but after he lands on the ship, it's just gravity suit. Like he just magically gets gravity suit. It looks like Remy got a 104. Alright. So that was a good race. It was really close until Bread soft locked and Remy died to a Mega Pirate, but other than that, it was pretty good. So make sure you follow both of them and stuff like that.